Hey guys, it's a cold March day out here. Couldn't get out on the water to do any fishing today, so I figured I'd make another video about affordable rod and reels. There was a good bit of interest in the musky rod and reel for beginners video I made. I can't thank you all enough for that. It means a whole lot to me. I like to help people get started in our wonderful sport of fishing, or just talk and chat with people who've been fishing for years. I always love to learn anything new that I can. Love to meet new people. But I'm going to go ahead here. This rod and reel setup, it's well under $100. I know that sounds like quite a bit if you're just getting started into fishing. You can get a lot cheaper rod and reel, but they're not going to be nearly as durable or as quality built and nice feeling to you. I think it's best to purchase something fairly nice. I mean, nothing crazy, but get you something that's going to last you, you know. If you buy a $20 rod every single year, it's going to add up on you to being more than what just buying something decent is. I know from experience, this rod itself, I think, is about 3 years old, and I have put at least 100 days a year in fishing, and this is my most used rod for the types of fishing I do. But I'll go ahead and get started here. What the rod is a Shimano Sojourn. Medium light action. This one is actually a 6 foot. It's a 2-piece rod, which is excellent especially for beginners, because most of the time you're not going to have everything you need to haul a big 7-8 foot 1-piece rod. So this breaks down and it'll fit in the trunk of a car, behind the seat of a truck, wherever you want to put it. But anyhow, like I was saying, this is rated for 4 to 10 pound test line. Lure weights are 1/16 of an ounce up to 3/8 of an ounce, so pretty wide range there. Covers a lot of your smaller baits. You can throw quite a few things on that. It's a medium light, and it's got a fast action tip. This rod sells for about $30 to $40 depending on where you get it. It's a very good rod. Like I was saying, I've fished this rod now for about 3 years. They come with a 1-year warranty. Didn't have a single issue first year, second year, or third year. It's just been excellent. It's got a few key features I really like. As you can see right there, it's got a hook holder, so you've got somewhere to attach your lure, keep it from getting into everything. It's got an anodized aluminum reel hold down. I don't know about you all, but I prefer aluminum to just a piece of plastic. Granted, I've fished quite a few of them that were plastic. Some of them break, some of them don't. It's just, to me personally, this makes it feel a little sturdier. But I'll go ahead and show you all here. Something I find important for when you're just beginning is the sensitivity of a rod. As you can see, the tip of this, with this fast action, the tip is super soft. I mean, you can feel the lightest peck from a fish. You can even actually feel them pick it up and just slowly swim with it. It's amazing what you can feel down in the handle. And it's got good backbone. I mean, for the size, you'd think, why would I get something that light and everything? A big fish is going to break that. I can honestly tell you, in my personal experience, I've caught everything from a 6-inch creek chub to an 8-pound channel catfish on this rod, and any kind of panfish, bass you could think of in between. And it's done me good. Never had an issue. Granted, on that catfish, now it felt like I was fighting in a whale, I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, and as I was saying earlier, that weight range, most of the time, if you're fishing off the bank and everything, there's not a whole lot of situations where you can throw a big deep diving crankbait or your heavier baits. But like what I have rigged up now, I have a Zoom trick worm here, just wacky rigged on my VMC weedless wacky jig, just an 1/8 ounce there. I can pitch this, cast this right into any little holes. Excellent. Not to mention, it's loads of fun when the fish can actually really bend your rod and take some drag. Quite enjoyable. I know I'm carrying on a little bit here, so we'll get on to the reel. The reel here is actually a Lews speed spin. This one is the SG3000 CR. They've upgraded this model now for this year, 2017. They're now calling it the SSG 300. It's nearly identical to this one, so either one would be just fine. They retail for right at $50. And I fished with this reel here for a little over a year now. Can't complain. Super smooth. It's got 10 ball bearings. You can definitely tell with reeling it. Very smooth. Got the nice bent aluminum handle. Of course, as with most spinning reels, you can switch to left or right hand retrieve. One thing I really like about this little reel here that a lot of spinning reels don't have is it's actually a faster gear ratio. This is a 6.2 to 1. I believe it brings in 32 inches of line per turn of the handle. It helps you to catch up to a fish. Suppose it bites and it comes towards you. This really allows you to catch up to it, which this pole nearly sets the hook for itself with that fast tip. Once the fish stops taking off one direction, it'll snap back, and with these light wire hooks, it does a really good job of setting the hook. And that's important when you're fishing light line like I have here, 8-pound fluorocarbon. That's what I really like to fish with. Sometimes we go down to a 6, but it's pretty rough structure in the water where I fish, so I really like the 8. But yeah, it's got before I forget, it's got a super smooth drag. And actually, I know you can't see it here where I've got line on, but the spool itself is knurled into a real grippy texture, which is super important if you're trying to tie braided line straight to the spool. On normal reels where it's just smooth, it'll just spin. It never wants to catch. But that knurl there really helps to give that braid something to bite down into. As I say, I've fished this for about a year, this reel. Been super nice. I can't complain. For the price range, I feel you're getting an excellent deal. But I wanted to show you all here while I was doing this, I want to show you all another reel option that goes excellent with this rod. And I can really talk for the durability on these. The other reel I wanted to bring up here is the Abu Garcia Cardinal SX30. This retails for between $30 and $40. 6 ball bearings. It's just your normal 5.1 to 1 ratio. But this reel, for the money, is one of the best I've used. I mean, granted, the Lews is a little smoother, which you'd expect for spending a little more money and having 4 more bearings. But I have actually used this reel right here for 3 to 4 years. I have put this through wade fishing, fishing nests, a little bit of everything. I actually brought in a small muskie on this, even. And still to this day, after all that abuse, the drag is super smooth. It reels like butter. I mean, there is no resistance in the reel. As you can see here, I'll just give it one twist. You can see there, even with the line sitting there tapping against the bail, it's buttery smooth. I think when I purchased this, I gave $30 for it at Walmart. Like I say, this has been like 3 years ago and through countless fish. It's just, they're excellent little rod and reels. For the price, you can't get anything better. You really can't. That I know of, that is. If you all know of anything that's a nicer, smoother reel that you've had experience with in this price range, please let me know. By all means, leave me a comment down in the bottom. Because like I say, I love to learn. I'm just like everybody else. If I can figure out one more thing about fishing, it's one more the better. But yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you all, this reel here, it will hold, my preference is 8 pound, so it holds 175 yards of 8 pound test. It's a large enough size spool where you can really be comfortable. I don't really like having low capacity because you never know, you might snag, you might get a knot in your line. It's untelling. Once you get out on the water, some days everything that can go wrong does. I don't know about you all, but I have them days sometimes where it makes you wonder. But yeah, just wanted to throw this in there too. Like I say, this one, if you want the normal retrieve on, a little slower there, this one is an excellent choice. Like I say, very durable. This one's going on 4 years of use for me. Only maintenance I do is oil them every 6 months, unless it gets submerged in the water. Like if I'm wade fishing, I'll take it apart right after and clean and oil it. But other than that, that's all I do to them. I hadn't changed the line, and it's proved to have been excellent deal. I mean, if I'd have went with other reels in this price range, I would have been on my 4th or 5th one by now. I know from experience. I'll not mention any names of the other companies because I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, not affiliated in any way. I just want to pass it on to you all. Once again, I really appreciate y'all checking out my videos, leaving the comments and subscribing. It means a whole lot to me. Well, hopefully we'll get some warm weather, get out on the water. Y'all have a good day. Thanks again for watching.